Well, okay. So lots of openness right here. This is a two-sided deal. One side is Rahu, and one side is Ketu. So it looks to me like, so starting from a single point, and then it opens out exponentially. And on one side, this would be like Rahu, the outer world, and on the inside, this is Ketu. This is a brightening up of your inner world. Deepening and expanding. New opportunities and open pathways. Okay, so today again we're working towards preparing for the October 30th transformation point of Rahu and Ketu transiting into Pisces and Virgo respectively. So I had a question: changing daily patterns to open new doorways. I noticed this helps. And we got eat of all the trees in the Garden of Paradise. So always remember you have access to the entire world. And then there's deep dive. This is more like Ketu. I think of Rahu as being opening up it on stage in a public way in the outer world, and Ketu feels to me like something below internal work, like deep meditation or studying the higher education studies, exploring in that kind of way. So and then we got team spirit, which is interesting. Like if you're working with some new employees, this might be something to keep in mind and cultivate, and everybody's working towards the same goal. Like literally there's a goal, and maybe there's competition. There's another company or business who is, opposing you. And then we got entering dangerous territory. This to me, I'm not afraid of this card because if you're aware that what's coming is very tricky and you have yourself a team, like literally here's the soccer team inside of the bus, and you have like backup and a guard and somebody who speaks the language and knows the culture of where you're going. You can go anywhere and arrive and win and achieve your goals. Okay, and then we got the tower security. This is an open pathway. We're opening our pathways, a place of rest and comfort. Resources are in place. You have enough in the bank to have peace of mind. Diamonds are fire and wealth. So this is a good card to get. It means you have a lot of resources. Okay, and then in the coffee cup, there was like a 0 point or 1 point opening out to like 1,000 points. So and it looked to me two-layered. The top I saw is Rahu, the open, very busy, complicated, expanding, and Ketu was also opening and expanding, but this one is clear, because to me that's like your mind is clearing and developing, and there were pathways and contracts or letters, and before all of this was a big open space. Like we're in that open space right now where things can develop. It's the way I see it. And in the I Ching, the universe is saying this is a time of increase. So remember, there's like, first there's a decrease, and then a natural formation is an increase, and then another decrease. So if you're aware of this natural tendency of the universe, and it forms waves. So decreasing, this is this is if you have heaven on top and earth below. So this lower line right here goes to this lower line. It's these swap places, and that is causing the increase, because you're decreasing what is above and to put it below, and this brings the joy of people. And that's like making donations to, a good cause, something like that. Or paying your employees well, something like that. So the third line, one is enriched through unfortunate events. No blame if you are sincere and walk in the middle and report with a seal to the prince, meaning this is your job is to encounter unfortunate events, something like that. This enrichment is your due, meaning you were totally lined up to receive this money. Don't feel guilty, okay, because you deserve it totally. And then the top line, we've gotten this before, I think. He brings increase to no one. Indeed, someone even strikes him. He does not keep his heart constantly steady. Misfortune. So like sometimes you give and then sometimes you don't. It's like it's better. Then people will start wondering, why didn't the guy give me a donation today? And then you'll start getting a reputation for being unstable. So this person is obdurate, inconsistent when bringing increase to those below, one-sided and aloof. So try to be consistent. People appreciate that, they expect it, and you can afford it. It's like a drop in the bucket to donate, a little here and a little there. And then the resulting hexagram is number 63. After completion, this is when all of the lines are in their correct places. If they're perfect, this is it. Water over fire. So think of like a fire, and there's a pot, a kettle of water over it, cooking, boiling. And this is the image of the condition in after completion. Thus, a superior man takes thought of misfortune and arms himself against it in advance. So there's a perfect equilibrium right now. This is the perfect condition. But you can take thought in your heart and external actions, because what can happen is the fire can flare up and dry out the water, or if the water gets too hot, it can overflow, bubble over, and put out the fire. So you see there's this balance. You want to maintain this balance. It's going to change. It always does. But so it's saying that if you have reflection in your heart, This enables you to perceive unseen dangers and avert them in advance. So that's what we're working towards doing, is being conscious of our actions and being generous, so that everything goes really well. This is a complicated throw, but I think it's worth considering all the things and open up your new doorways to change. Okay, thank you so much for watching. It's been great, and we'll see you again.